Hey, Sophia Bernardi here, and in this training, I'm going to share with you 5 costly mistakes keeping coaches stuck in a sales plateau or even worse, a sales decline, and how to break free. So if you've been feeling stuck in your business and it doesn't matter how hard you're trying, how many gurus you're listening to, and all the things you're doing, you're not growing, this training is for you. So let's just dive straight on in because I see these mistakes all the time, and there are just simple things that you can tweak and change that make such a big difference and allow you to create the impact, the income, and the freedom that you truly desire. So mistake number 1 is coaches using general, fluffy, blasé messaging. If I don't know what you do within 10 seconds of being on your social media profile, your messaging isn't clear enough. If you don't have potential clients finding you and engaging in your content every single day, there's room for improvement. If you don't have people reaching out to you, wanting to work with you or learn more about you and your offers based on your content, it's simply not compelling enough. I had a client recently who came into my program thinking that she was clear on her niche and her messaging, and after completing my niche module, she realized that she was very off the mark. I helped her with this process, and within 1 week of having the new messaging out there, she signed 3 clients and had a $10,000 week. This is how simple it gets to be when you have the right formula to follow and the right understanding, and you can make these tweaks. This is the power of clear, tangible, unique, and specific messaging. Mistake number 2 is coaches not having an aligned marketing strategy to follow daily. I speak to coaches every day who are trying to grow their coaching business. And when I ask them what they are doing to sign clients right now, I typically get one of 2 answers. Number 1, they think they either have no clear strategy in place and they have no idea what they should be focusing on to attract and nurture and convert clients daily, or they are trying to do so many different strategies because they think that, following all of the strategies and all of the approaches is the way to grow. And they're trying to keep up with all of these fleeting trends rather than going all in on one process. And it's these 2 answers that lead to overwhelm, stress, burnout, and a coaching business that remains stagnant. If you want to scale sustainably, you need to know exactly what you are doing every day to attract the right people in your space. You also need to make sure that your strategy aligns with you, meaning it feels good and it actually energizes you. Otherwise, you'll find yourself procrastinating and avoiding tasks in your business. And by the way, this is coming from someone who used to hate sales, hate marketing, hate strategy, and hate business. I literally have a video of me crying where I said, all I want to do is grow my business and help people. But I had to fall in love with business in order to actually do that. I had a client who invested in so many coaches prior to working with me, like many people do, like I've also done in the past. And she was hopping from strategy to strategy, looking for the missing secret to success. And the problem is that most of these strategies just didn't align with her. She is a busy mum of 3 young kids. She didn't want to spend her days messaging 1,000 people that don't know who she is, showing up on 5 different social media platforms and posting 3 times a day. She got into business to create more impact, more income, and more time freedom to be with her family. So when we started working together, we actually stripped all of that back, and instead she had one niche, one offer, one strategy that actually supported her goals, and now she makes consistent £20,000 months and she couldn't be happier. Mistake number 3 is coaches hesitating to invest in support or looking for cheap solutions whilst expecting big results. Successful coaches understand the power and don't think twice about investing, let's say $10,000 to learn a framework that's going to make them $100,000 on repeat. They don't focus on the cost, they focus on what they gain. They know that what they invest comes back to them tenfold, and that they will have the skills and the knowledge that they learn for life, and that is actually priceless. The biggest and best investment you could ever make is on your brain, your knowledge, and your wisdom. When people start their journey, they look for free or cheap solutions. But the best of the best coaches know and understand that to get results they want in the time frame that they want, they need to remove the guesswork and invest in themselves on a proven framework to move them forward. Not all athletes have a coach, but all Olympians do. Just remember that. So if you want to be the best of the best, which is what Olympians are, they are the best at what they do, then you've got to model what the best of the best do. Olympians have coaches, trust me. Investing in a high-level mastermind is the best decision and investment I've made in my business because you are who you spend the most time with. So surrounding yourself intentionally with other coaches doing big things is essential to growth. You just don't know what you don't know, and you can't expect to grow without having the support and the framework to do so. And knowing that time is money, you save so much time by removing the guesswork and the hard work and instead follow a proven framework. I have a client that literally went from $0 to $172,000 in 5.5 months of working with me because she had a framework. That sounds crazy. That's what takes people years and years and years. Like some people never make that amount of money in their coaching business. But she was able to make it from 0 within 5.5 months because she skipped all of the guesswork. She has a proven framework that I've spent years and years of building, testing, iterating, refining, and mastering. And she could just go straight to what works on a silver platter for her. And because she's an action taker, because she's committed and because she invested in herself, she got to fast track her growth. When I joined a mastermind, I leaped straight to 30K months. I actually skipped the 20K month mark entirely. This is the power of proximity and putting yourself in expansive environments. Mistake number 4 is not investing time in setting up simple systems that allow your business to scale. This is a mistake because if you want to generate incredible results like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K months and beyond, then it's important that you have the simple systems in place to hold it. Otherwise, you will just subconsciously block your success because you won't be able to hold it. So I have a rule in my business and for my clients. If we need to do something more than once, there needs to be a template or a system for it. So if you're manually doing everything or rewriting things every time instead of having a template, or you can't find documents when you need them due to lack of organization and you're working so much harder than you need to, then you're doing it wrong. I used to wonder why so many successful coaches were always telling me like they were so stressed out and busy and had minimal profit. And I actually thought for a while that it was me doing something wrong because I had a lot of time and I had a lot of profit. I'm like, am I missing something here? Should I be spending more money? Should I be busier than I am? Like, what's going on? And what I actually realized is that the people I was looking up to in that time of my life, they actually just didn't have good systems in place. And if they did, they would be making double the amount that they were in half as much time. That's the power of systems. So if you want to scale without burning out, then you need to work smarter. Otherwise, you can't hold all of this growth that you're wanting. Simple systems, automation, or delegation will support you in allowing you to focus on what truly matters most. This is why I give my clients all of my templates and we give them tutorials so that they have it to fast track the process. And you don't need to have a super large team. I have a very, very tiny team. We're just a few people and it supports me so much. So I'm not sitting here preaching that you need to have, so many people in order for your business to function, because that doesn't have to be the truth. And you don't have to have a million different softwares either. Simplicity is key. I once delivered a training for my clients on how to organize their business, and it was the simplest things that they were absolutely blown away by, that they just couldn't believe that I had done that made my life so much easier, such as organizing my bookmarks tab on my web browser so I can access all important links within my business with a click of a finger, super, super quickly. Most people don't have that set up. And if you do, amazing. I love that because I'm all here for organization as your typical Virgo. Mistake number 5 is not having a daily aligned sales process in place. We typically don't get into coaching because we want to sell, let alone be salesy. We just want to help people, right? We are so afraid of coming off in the wrong energy that what we do instead is just avoid sales altogether. We don't want to focus on it or lean into it due to the heavy discomfort. Does that sound relatable? This is a mistake though, because if we don't master selling, then we never get to serve, which is why I invented a process called the seamless sales process. It is so effortless that people don't even realize you're selling. There's 10 different strategies that go into making this process work that you can pick and choose from dependent on, how you want to sell in the stage of life you're at, or the stage of business, or your current circumstances. When you have these things in place, it allows people to buy from you every day, every week, and every month without feeling gross and icky about it. Without this, scaling becomes near impossible, and it's no wonder why so many coaches stay stuck in a sales plateau or sales declines for months or years. Now, if you resonate with that and what I've just shared, then don't worry. I've been there, my clients have been there, and some of the best coaches out there today have been stuck at some point too. The problem is though, if you're experiencing one or more of these mistakes, this is exactly what causes coaches to give up on their dreams and go back to a 9-to-5 job or stay in a 9-to-5 job, wasting yet another year in a plateau and not quite hitting their income goals. Business problems don't go away, they only get worse, like a toothache that only gets worse over time. But it doesn't need to be that way. I know exactly what is causing these mistakes and this trap and how to fix it too. There is another way, a much simpler, easier, faster, and more sustainable way to grow and scale your coaching business. And it's called the scalable system, your roadmap to 30K months and beyond. This is the exact system that has made me over $1 million organically in under 4 years of business without costing me my health, without costing me my lifestyle or my relationships. And the great news is that this process not only gets you to your first $5,000 a month or your $10,000 a month or 30, but also so much more than that. I have clients doing over $80,000 a month using this system. This system works no matter your stage in business, which is quite rare. Not many coaches are actually teaching that, but that was very important to me, that I created a process that you can use and stands the test of time, not what's working now or trending on TikTok, right? I actually even had my biggest month in sales to date whilst I was traveling overseas with my partner for 2 weeks of the month. I didn't need to do cold DMs, I didn't need to run ads or do any unaligned strategies or even exhaust myself. I simply used this system and the sales came running in. Scaling your business does not require working harder. It's actually about working smarter. And this is the system that Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Alex Hormozi, Russell Brunson, Denise Duffield-Thomas, Janet Kutcher, Amy Porterfield, Marie Forleo, Lewis Howes, Brendan Burchard, Mel Robbins, and Gabby Bernstein, to name a few, are all using it, whether they realize it or not. I have created this system based on what I have learned and what I have studied from the best of the best out there, from coaches and these, powerful people and CEOs and experts that you know of. The scalable system is what's in common with them, okay? And the reason why they all have this is because it's the best way to scale your business. And it's the most effective way to create those high figure sales. So a really quick breakdown of the 3 pillars within the scalable system and the components within them are: pillar number 1, sustainable strategy. When you have a sustainable strategy in place, it allows you to create impact without burnout. And to do this, we need 3 things in place: the daily lead attractor, the weekly audience nurturer, and the hybrid funnel converter. Pillar 2, seamless sales. When you have a seamless sales process in place, it allows you to create income without the plateaus. And to do this, we need 3 things in place: the no-brainer offer, the sell via chat method, and the retention builder. And pillar number 3, last but not least, is simple systems. When you have simple systems in place, it allows you to create freedom without the overwhelm. And to do this, we also need 3 things in place: the organized backend, the template hub, and the business evaluation. And here's what happens when you get this right. People will reach out to you asking to buy from you even without knowing the full details of your program. You'll get messages every day asking how people can work with you. Your client list will be growing and you'll have a wait list. You'll regularly get asked to speak at events or be interviewed, and exciting opportunities will land in your inbox. The business side of things will actually feel fun and even energizing. And I hope you can see I'm very energized right now working in my business. And you will have more freedom and money than you even know what to do with. Your joy will be through the roof, and you'll pinch yourself quite literally every day for the life that you've created. Take these client results, for example. Abby made $70,000 in her first month of working with me and got 31 booked calls within 24 hours from her second event using the hybrid funnel converter, with less than 400 members in her Facebook group. She has consistently done this and more since working with me. Becky went from doing everything and feeling exhausted all of the time to scaling to £14,000 weeks through an evergreen funnel whilst traveling the world and homeschooling 2 children. She used the sell via chat method on the leads that came through her funnel to convert them into paying clients. And Liz went from having no clarity and having no idea how to sign paying clients and having no confidence to charge for her services and making now 15K months in her business after following this process. Once you're scaling past those 30K months using the scalable system, then we can focus on your profit, your delegation, and your alignment continuously. So if you're an ambitious female coach and you would like results like these and more, then I'd love to support you. You can book a roadmap call with me to see if working together inside Scale School would be the right fit. And in this time, over this 30 minutes, we're going to do 3 things really quickly. Number 1, we will have a look at your niche, your offer, and your strategy to see what's possible for you in terms of clients, revenue, and growth within your business. Secondly, we're going to take a deeper look into your coaching business to see the number 1 thing that's holding you back from growing to the next level right now. As usually for most businesses, there's one thing that when uncovered actually allows your business to grow. And thirdly, we will start to map out a 3-step action plan so that you can get the leads, the clients, and the growth that you're after. You're going to leave this session feeling really clear, really confident, and really excited about your next steps. Now, why would I do calls like this for free, you might be wondering. To be honest, often when I take the time to go through this process with people, there's a high percentage of them that then want help implementing that plan. And if that's the case, then I'd love to help you, as that's exactly what I do inside my program, Scale School, so that you can grow faster and go further, and we can do so together. If not, there's no hard feelings whatsoever, but it is important to note that these calls are specifically for ambitious, committed coaches who are ready to do what it takes to grow now, because that's when this call will be most powerful. So if you want to book a call with me, click the link below, find a time that suits, and I can't wait to chat with you.